Okay, hi class. Welcome to our first lecture module. This module we're going to be covering over weeks 2 and 3, just because there's a lot of material to cover. So what we're going to talk about this week is we're just going to talk about, lay the groundwork for textile and the textile industry, right? And to position this subject in a broader perspective on how textiles really are an integral part of our lives, right? They're integral to civilizations, they're integral to global communities, and they're just everything we do. A textile is in there, so we're going to lay the groundwork for that. We're going to learn a lot of technical terms along the way. So this week, what we're going to cover is we're going to talk about just the textile industry, a little bit of a historical perspective. We'll talk about some careers, specifically in textiles. Then we're going to move on to understanding the types of yarns and what yarn a textile is made of has an effect on the overall textile, okay? We're going to talk about different types of yarns and some of their end uses. We're going to become familiar and get to the understanding phase of a lot of terminology that's used to communicate the property of textile fibers. And the terminology that we'll be learning this week, we'll be using throughout the semester. We'll be building on it, but the terms this week are really important because they're terms that you may not have ever heard before, and you will have to understand their meaning when we use it in context going forward, okay? And then we'll wrap it up with knowing some of the sources of textile fibers, so both natural fibers and manufactured fibers. So those are the objectives for this week, okay? So for this module, we also have a discussion board every week. It's called Let's Talk About It. We had the Flipgrid one last week, which worked for some people, didn't work for others. This discussion board is going to be more consistent with what we'll be doing for the rest of the semester. And you will have 2 weeks to get this done too. So for this one, you'll have until Friday to do your initial post, and then your reply to your 3 classmates will be due by next week. So just check the calendar for the due dates, okay? We also have our first quiz, and I've said it a couple of times already, there's a lot of terminology that you're going to need to know. And in order to be successful in this class and just to develop your expertise, right, in the fashion and design world, knowing this terminology will definitely set you apart, okay? So I'm going to give you a hint, all right? If you see a word in bold, you're going to need to know everything. But if you see something particularly in bold, that is a key word that you're going to have to know, okay? So the quiz is going to open after... the quiz will open on Sunday, okay? And I'll explain why the quiz is open on Sunday, okay? So this week's lecture is definitely different than the other lectures that we'll have going forward, again, because there's so much information. Since we're covering information really for 2 weeks, I'm putting the lecture out in parts. So the first part of the lecture is open and available now, and the other part will be uploaded by Sunday. So in order to start your discussion board, you don't need the other part of the lecture, but I don't want to overwhelm you with 2 pages of lecture. I don't want to freak you out, right? I don't want to freak you out. So the lecture will, the first part is open now. The second part will be uploaded by Sunday, all right? Do not take the quiz until you've completed the second part of the lecture that opens on, that will be uploaded by Sunday. And that's why the quiz isn't open till Sunday either. So do not take the quiz until you finish the other part of the lecture, okay? So for this module, what you need to do, read the textbook, all right? Information is down below. Read the textbook information, complete the first part of the lecture, work on the discussion board, review the second part of the lecture, take the quiz, and then check out the recap and the preview of the next module, okay? All right, I'll see you. You're gonna see some more videos. I'll see you soon.